Woman walked out of the cabin, only to find herself in the middle of the ocean. Looking at the dark sea and the waves crashing against the boat, the woman was terrified. But in this endless deep sea, the helpless woman had no idea what to do. However, what was even more terrifying was that the boat was slowly starting to sink. What exactly happened? It turned out that, just one day earlier, the woman and her boyfriend, John, with nothing to do on their vacation, decided to go out to sea together, to visit a nearby island. They thought it would be a wonderful trip, but soon after they set off, a fierce storm suddenly began to rage in the sky, and a pigeon fell straight onto the deck. This terrifying sight instantly made them both nervous, but before they could figure out what was happening, the strong winds were already upon them. The boat began to tilt. Seeing that the situation was bad, John immediately went into the cabin to turn on the radio and listen to the weather forecast. Indeed, a massive storm was about to hit. Its speed and intensity were extremely strong. If they didn't get off the sea and onto land quickly, they would both perish there. Thinking of this, John quickly began to calculate their latitude from the current situation. Although the storm center was still 1,000 miles away, being out in this vast ocean, with strong winds hindering them, leaving would not be easy. It seemed they could only leave it to fate for now. They'd head against the storm first, and see if they could escape. So, they immediately got to it. They quickly changed course, and sped off in another direction. However, fate always plays cruel tricks. Unexpectedly, the storm was much bigger than they had imagined. Although they were both skillfully controlling everything, against such a natural disaster, humans seemed so insignificant. Even though they had tried everything, they ultimately couldn't withstand it. A giant wave crashed over them. After an unknown period of time, the outside finally became calm. The unconscious woman also woke up then, but the cabin was a mess, and full of water. Hearing the constant creaking of the boat, the woman realized she and her boyfriend had just gone through a huge storm. Thinking of this, the woman immediately stood up and loudly called out her boyfriend's name. But after searching the entire cabin, her boyfriend was nowhere to be found. The woman immediately panicked. She didn't know if her boyfriend was dead or alive. To figure out what was going on, the woman quickly took off her heavy raincoat and went outside the cabin to look. But besides the dark sea and her boat, which was quickly sinking, there was nothing else. The woman was completely desperate. She screamed loudly, hoping her boyfriend would hear her cries, but it was all in vain. But the woman didn't give up. Next, she found binoculars and searched everywhere for her boyfriend. But then, she noticed something in the water.